and you just
fortunately I
put it in
selected
the
primary.
Okay, great. That gives me a lesson that I must have more options that everybody can participate. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Okay, great. What brings you here, sir, if you don't have a child?
Yeah, I'm a psychologist. I'm basically
okay.
a psychologist.
Okay, okay.
Me and my wife.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much to each one of you.
Madam, is it possible to have we together, because now we are we can have from one phone we can attend.
I'm sorry, I couldn't get you.
Because we are husband and wife, we both are joined in this course.
Yeah.
So we can attend the same phone. Is it okay?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm absolutely, I'm happy that more people know about this subject and more people reach out to children. That's the whole agenda. All right, so thank you so much. Majority of you that I can see are teachers, a few parents, and a few from the other field. Amazing. So before I begin, I want you to ask me. I think I'll keep it mute. Mr. Lijo, Father Lijo, can you please mute yourself? Yeah, I did it. All those who are still non-unmute, kindly mute yourself so that my voice is audible to you. Excellent. So once again, good evening and a wonderful, I'm looking forward for a power pack session with all of you.
Ma'am, just a second. I just need to add in something. The 5 to 6 session is what ma'am is going to take, and 6 to 6:30 will the Q&A answer. So we will be sharing a link at 5:30 for the question answer. So you may please put your questions in that link, and kindly do not ask the questions in the 5 to 6 time.
You can make a note of the question because it helps in the flow, as all of you must be attending so many online sessions. So we have the next, you are with me for the next 5 days, right? 1 hour every day and half an hour of the discussion. And also I'm happy many of you have been asking questions in the group. And I've tried my best to respond to those questions whenever it was possible. And I hope these answers have been useful to each one of you. So what is learning disability? Now, if you look at this image, you will see that you'll see a very specific way I have written the word disability. And this is the message I wish to give to everybody in the beginning itself. Let's focus more on the other letters of disability than focusing on the 3-letter dis. Because if we focus on ABILITIES, there is a lot more that we can do for these children. 21 disabilities is what the RPWD Act talks about, which says that now, as per the new education policy, the children from all these 21 disabilities have the permission or have the opportunity to study in a mainstream classroom. They need not necessarily go to school. So the question here is, as teachers, are we equipped to handle these children in a classroom? Are we? Blindness, low vision, leprosy, locomotor, dwarfism, intellectual disability, mental illness, speech and language disabilities, specific learning disability, hearing impairment, multiple sclerosis, thalassemia, and all this. Whether we are educators or special educators, are we empowered to teach them? If not, then what's going to happen? So this is the enrollment of children with disabilities as per the year 2018-19. And can you look at the last one? The last one is 33%, which is what we're going to talk about today. Specific learning disability. So what's the next 5 days with me? Day one, today we're going to talk about the introduction of learning disability, what, why, when, how. Day two, we're going to talk about solutions for dyslexia. Day three is solutions for dysgraphia. Day four is solutions for dyscalculia. And day five is solutions for dyspraxia. And before I take this further, I would just like to briefly introduce myself as to why am I into learning disability. That's a question. As a young child, I was slightly a struggler in academics, but not that I had any challenge, but poor in studies. Average. Class 3, I repeated twice. That's okay. Normal. Those days. And then gradually, with the support of different teachers, I managed to do fairly well, did my 10th, 12th, nothing great. My parents pushed me a little bit in sports, so I could go up to nationals in basketball. And then again, they pushed me more into it to join college and join NCC. In NCC, I got the opportunity to participate in many camps, became the best cadet, participated in the Republic Day camp, and also traveled to abroad by the selection of the government of India. Soon I did my B.Ed, joined a school. That school, I did very good. I started my teaching in Hyderabad because I did my major education in Hyderabad. And that school, I started teaching all classes 9 to 12. All through my teaching career in that school, that's about 6 years, I always wondered, why is it that some kids don't do well? Why is it that all kids are not performing at the same level? But I couldn't get an answer. All that I did was try to help them in some way or the other because I had no idea about what is this word called learning disability. I never came across it. And then sooner I got the opportunity to become the principal of a school. I got married and shifted to a new city, and I was a principal for about 7 years of a school called Ryan International. If you have heard of the name, it's there across the country. There are more than 175 schools. And in my city, I was a founder principal. We started with about 200 kids. And by the time I left, I had 12,000 children's responsibility with 500 buses and so many hundreds and hundreds of teachers, etc., etc. But all through my principalship also, I always thought, I was always interested in some kids who were not doing well. I was never proud of kids who were toppers. I was never proud of kids who got 90. Teachers would bring them, the bright ones, to me and say, ma'am, look, this boy got 98. So my first question always was, okay, when he came to you, how much he was? So she would say, oh, he was 92. Oh, great. 6%, big deal. After 1 year, nothing great. He's bright, he's intelligent, he's hardworking, his parents are supportive, he's going for tuition classes, he's doing everything. Why should I take the credit? Let me ask you about the children who are getting 10, 12, 15, 20, 25, 30. What are we doing for them? This has been my question throughout my journey, and I somehow liked working with children who did not perform well. I have no idea why then. But I would, whenever as a principal, I would get chance, I would always go to classrooms, sit with them and find out why. Maybe give them some tips and strategies, and sometimes it would really work well and sometimes I would fail. So this started bothering me a lot. Lots of certificates, awards, recognition, everything the city gave me. I was declared the best principal for 3 years, and so many stories are there for the success. But there was one question that that pricked me a lot. And that was, why is it that all kids don't do well? Every parent, when the parent brings the child to school, the parent wants that my child does well when he takes the admission. But I, as a principal, felt I am not doing justice. So the question is, will all children perform the same way? No, may not be. But why do they perform low was my question. Why can't we push them to a better level? And this question ate me so much that I took a new step. And that was, I resigned. I resigned from my principalship at the peak of my career because I was not happy with what I was doing on sitting on that chair. I felt principal is an administrative job. Anybody can do it. Anybody can manage school if you have administrative skills. But what I was worried about was children. And that's where I shifted from, that went back to research, did a lot of study on learning disability. Parallelly, the movie Tare Zameen Par was released. I was happy at least there was some connection with the world, because that was the time when I went to schools and spoke to them about it. They could relate to something. Otherwise, like me, many heads of schools and teachers couldn't relate to what I was saying. And that's where a small journey began. Started an NGO, spoke to all the schools in my city and said, "Aapke school mein jitne bacche fail hote hain ya padhai nahi karte, sabko mere paas bhejo do." And I had a bunch of 50 to 100 kids like this with whom we worked. I had no teachers with me, just started as single-handedly. Slowly, wonderful people started joining. I won't say they were teachers. They were just wonderful, beautiful human beings who wanted to do something in life, but had no idea of training. I had no idea of how to deal with these children. So I said, don't worry, I'll train all of you. And then I started my training. And that's how many wonderful people became amazing teachers. And last 15 years, I've helped more than 300 kids to overcome their challenges in learning disability from my center and from many other schools too. Sooner, I was like, how many children can we handle in a small setup? Not many. And the strength of these children in India today is 35 million. The latest statistics Hindu newspaper says 35 million children are struggling with learning disability. So do our regular school teachers even know about it? Are they equipped? Do they have the training? Is BA telling them how to deal with it? Do they have time? Do they have the facility? Do they have the system? Is a big question. That's what I learned in my last 12 years. I've been traveling across India training teachers from one school to the other. And then sooner I realized how much can I travel. So I decided to start doing something through which I can connect with more people. And that's where I started making videos to reach out to more people. So I started making videos on what's learning disability, etc., and started sharing. Oh, it was so useful. I didn't realize, because people just found it useful and they kept sharing further. And sooner, I thought, this is amazing. We can reach to more numbers by this. That's how I started an online platform where I now connect with many, many, many teachers across the nation and parents, and now able to help more. So now, what is learning disability? Many of you I see are already special educators or psychologists. I'm sure you know. But for those of you who are maybe new to this topic, new to this subject, or are here because they want to learn more, learning disability is a neurological disorder where they look normal, they talk normal, they eat normal, they walk normal, everything is normal about them, including their IQ. So what's the problem? They have inability when it comes to the functioning of speaking, listening, reading, writing, spelling, reasoning, and organizing themselves. So as I just now said, the IQ is normal. So what's IQ? IQ, we find out whenever a child has to be tested about his ability or disability. So we have the average IQ between 90 to 109. I am sure all of you here, all of us here fall on this category. Many of you might be falling above this. So even a child with learning disability falls in this category, 90 to 110. Children who fall below this IQ are coming under mental retardation or borderline and other labels that they are given to them. But our children whom we are talking about the next 5 days, that is learning disability, will always fall under average, high average, superior, and even very superior, like Einstein. So what are the different types of this learning disability? We have dyslexia, which is a language problem, reading, writing. Dyscalculia, problem with children in understanding maths and math symbols. Dysgraphia, we'll be going in detail with each one of them. I'm just touching it here right now. Is a disorder with illegibility, that is very poor handwriting. Dyspraxia is a sensory motor integration issues where their fine motor and gross motor skills have not been developed. And there are other sensory auditory processing disorder, non-verbal learning disability, where they don't understand the non-verbal cues, the expressions, visual perception motor deficit, language disorders. The majorly, if you categorize, there are 4, but there are some who fall in different categories. So what is the cause? We blame all these children so much. तुम लिखते नहीं हो, तुम पढ़ते नहीं हो, तुम्हारे हाथ में किताब देते ही सारा ड्रामा शुरू होता है. There you don't have any problem when you're watching TV. You don't have any problem when you're playing games. You can keep playing the video game for hours, but the minute I tell you to read, you don't want to. So why? What's the problem? Are they responsible for it? Unfortunately not. But who gets all the nice shouting? It is a child. There is no real cause till now. The research hasn't found out. The causes could be heredity received from the parents, or some issues at the time of birth, or some medical reason or environmental reason. So the child is no way responsible for it. Somebody in the family must be having it. He has received it from them. But who gets all the firing? It is the child. So now let me briefly tell you about assessment processes and tools to know about learning disability. Now there are assessments which are informal and formal, right? So the formal assessments are generally done by the clinical psychologists only. There are informal assessments which people like you and me can do so that we can at least know what the child is going through. But I always suggest that as a teacher, if you identify a problem in a child, you must discuss with the parent and the management of the school and advise to go for a formal assessment with the clinical psychologist so that we get a proper diagnosis of what the child is going through. But let me also tell you that's a big, big problem in India. Problem number 1, acceptance by me as a parent. And problem number 2, going to a psychologist for assessment is a huge task. So what are the different kinds of tests that's conducted for them? Primarily 3: testing on intellectual and cognitive potential, testing on information processing and sensory motor abilities, and assessment of the current educational, that is, and in the informal assessment which a teacher can do. And that's what I am interested in, because a psychologist very well knows what to do. But for a child to reach a psychologist, there is only one person on this earth who can make it happen. And that's exactly why I am on a mission to train teachers. It is only the teachers who can make sure that there is a problem and I want to help this child, and the child must go to a psychologist and get a proper assessment done. A parent cannot do it unless and until a parent is so highly educated, but a teacher can. How does a teacher do? Classroom assessment, systematic observation, file reviews and interviews, that is checking his notebooks. There are some important administering formal instruments for development and identity of strengths and weakness in the learning process. Child is not able to read after reaching class 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's high time we wake up. So it's so important for the teacher to intervene instead of labeling a child and saying, ye aisa hai, ye waisa hai, ye padhta nahi, phela nahi. My question is, acha baba nahi karta, now what? What do I do as a teacher? At least I can find out. It's like uska पेट दुख रहा है, तुमने कुछ खाया होगा, ये हुआ, अच्छा हो गया. अभी पेट दुख रहा है ना, अभी मैं क्या करूं? So that is what the whole mission of spreading the word for learning disability across is because 35 million children need to be understood and identified. So coming to the assessment, to identify learning disability should integrate family. We have to get information from family, from teachers, from counselors, and then the learning assistants and records maintained. So once a student has been referred for formal assessment, a teacher or a principal will need to obtain parent permission and assist the student and their parents in understanding what will occur during the formal assessment. Formal assessments are not difficult, but are not easy too. When I say not easy, because the child gets very moody, the child doesn't want to sit in front of a psychologist and start answering questions or attempting the papers that they are offered to given. So conducting a test is not so easy as it seems like. Sometimes a test which can be done in 40 minutes goes up to 4 days of different smaller durations because the child is not actively participating in the assessment. So we don't, in this session, we don't need to know a lot about formal assessment because this is not for, definitely not for psychologists, but I know there are a few psychologists in our session. So they very well know what these tests are and how it is conducted. It's only for the teacher's knowledge that yes, there are some assessments that is to be done. Like this, for dyslexia, that is for the reading problem. Expressive one-word picture, these are the names of tests. I am not going to do any assessment test because I am not qualified and I don't do. I only want to focus that teachers should be able to identify such children in the classroom. These are the other tests which is conducted by the psychologist. And these are the other tests. For maths, this is for handwriting issues. This is for maths issues. Dyscalculia has to do with maths. So what are the kind of assessments you can do as a teacher? That's what now I am interested in. And you too are. We all teach children alphabets very early, age 3, age 4. Imagine till age 4, 5, 6 also the child is not able to identify alphabets. It's high time we wake up. Not only identify, match it with the sound. We show a letter and the child doesn't identify it with the sound of that letter. That means there's something is lacking. It's called at risk. The child may or may not have a disability, but at least as a teacher, I must wake up and find out why this child is not able to do it. In what way can I help the child? Word in isolation, that is analysis of the kind of difficulties present in reading a word, including decoding strategies. These could include substitution, omission, addition, and consonant or vowels. What's substitution? Using one alphabet for the other. Omission, missing some alphabet while reading. Like, for example, M-A-T-E, the child might read it as mat, forgetting there is an E, because the E is as it is silent. So why should I read? Doesn't make any sense to me. Confusion between vowel and consonants. Reading for meaning for a sentence. The child might read well, but doesn't understand what he has read. The teacher or the parent might explain the same line many times, but still the child says, I haven't understood. At least not understood by independent reading. Fluency in reading, that is the child's reading the text in a word by word and phrase by phrase with pauses that do not contribute to the meaning of the text. Does the child ignore punctuation? Yes. When the child reads, he might read as though there is no comma, full stop, question mark, nothing. One, and you're like, hello. As it is, if we don't use punctuations, our comprehension becomes weaker. It's only when there are enough punctuations we understand our reading better. Understanding written directions. Middle school and high school students should be assessed for reading rate. Reading rate. What does it mean? In 1 minute, how much is a child able to read? Or in 20 minutes, how much is a child able to read continuously? So these are the simple ways any teacher of our country can identify. Any teacher. You need not be an English teacher for that. You could be a physics teacher, you could be a maths teacher, you could be anybody, but I'm sure if you carefully look at the difficulty of the child, we can identify there's something wrong and I can help. So what does a reading brain look like? Our brain has different parts and each of these parts have a responsibility. Like the frontal lobe takes care of the speech sound, input and output. The temporal lobe takes care of the language and comprehension. The occipital lobe takes care of letter word recognition, and parietal lobe takes care of word analysis, sound symbol connection, which means when we are reading, all these lobes have to work in symphony. And that's where we are able to read so easily. Imagine there is a problem in the orchestra. Imagine the music instruments in the orchestra do not have a proper rhythm and symphony. What will happen to our reading? Will it be as beautiful, as flow as it is normally? No, it's not. That's exactly what is happening with our children with learning disability. Their brain doesn't have the symphony. There is in the movie they say chemical locha, or he says wiring ka problem hai. Interconnection between our brain system. Whom do I blame? Do we have the right to blame the child? Should we blame the child? But what happens? We all blame the child. Why do I say we all? Because I have done it enough number of times till I realized he or she is not responsible. It's gifted to them. So you'll wonder, you'll ask me, so what do you mean? It cannot be rectified? Can't it be cured and treated? They can be helped. With proper methods and strategies, they can be helped very, very well. Similarly, like reading, there can be assessments for writing. What are these assessments? How do you know that the child is actually lazy, not making an effort, or struggling? Because generally the children get this label as, oh, you're very lazy, you don't want to do it, that's why you don't do it. So that is, they lack proper pencil grip, ability to retrieve alphabets representing sounds. You're saying an alphabet, but the child is not reproducing. Formation of legibility or letters or numbers. That is, the shapes of the alphabets or numbers will not be the way it is supposed to be. After many, many practices also. The mixture of print and cursive writing, confusion in the brain, whether he is writing print or cursive. There is no priority given what is required. Confusion between capital and small letters. Comprehension passages may not have sequence. They will write as the thought comes to them. Punctuations don't exist in their writing. Vocabulary, synonyms in a piece of free writing. They'll substitute words without knowing meaning. Ability to present ideas in an understandable sequence, in ability to plan or organize a written text for a particular audience or a purpose. You tell a story and ask the child to write the story. He might write a story without any sequence, whatever thought has come. Organization of a writing and the mechanics of writing in the paragraph is poor, is weak. And of course, the speed of writing. So my question here is, how much are children writing now? Actually, are kids writing? Or is writing important? Have we been writing? When is it that you last wrote a love letter? Most of you are smiling. I'm happy. Yes? Writing is important. But we also don't write. We type. Only the teachers are there in the profession who are still writing, because they have to write something. You prefer to write, but my family prefers gadgets. When kids are born with gadgets, why will they ever write if they have an option of not writing? Okay. Now let's come to assessment of mathematical tools. Children struggling with basic maths, procedures, rules, formulas. Maths is so beautiful. Many of you must be struggling with it even now, like me. I still struggle. But nothing has stopped for me in life, in spite of the struggle. Now, what is their struggle? Their struggles could be as simple as the plus and the multiplication. To them, the symbol of plus and multiplication looks the same. To us, it's so different. But to them, they substitute one for the other. Same is division and subtraction. One of the child asked me, what if I don't put the dots in division? I said, nothing. You will do something else. That's all. Isn't it true? Remove the dots, the meaning changes. Put the dots, it's different. So for them, it is, for kids like this, it's so simple. So what if I don't do? It's okay, no? But see what happens. So inability to sequence and carry out successful multiplication steps, understand the final goal of math problems, ability to identify salient aspects of mathematical situations, that is problems, reading a problem and solving it, big task for them because they have a challenge in reading too. Ability to remember and understand the vocabulary and the language of maths. Language of maths. Why do we say this? The word plus has many more words. What are they? Add, total, sum. Now, children with dyslexia or dyscalculia cannot remember all this. So they're like, you told me plus is to add. Now, why are you giving me a new word in the question? What is the total of this? Finished. They're gone. Or what is this? But you'll ask me, will they never learn? No, they will learn, but they learn very differently. Ability to know when irrelevant information is included or when information is given out of sequence. They won't know what is important and what is not. Inability to explain or communicate about math, including asking and answering questions. You ask a question, they'll give you a blank look. Then the next expression is, are you dumb? Are you stupid? Don't you understand what I'm saying? And he's like, okay. Ability to read text to direct own learning. That is, read something, comprehend, and then solve the problem. Ability to remember assigned values or definitions in specific problems. The higher the maths, the more the difficulty. But all this assessment a teacher can do in the classroom by observing the child's work in maths. So let me now share some facts about learning disability, because there are a lot of things which are ununderstood about these kids. So persons with learning disabilities are not lazy or dumb, but that's how they are treated. Are you lazy? Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Are you idiot? Sorry for using these words, but these are the words that these kids receive. Imagine the child receives this from class 4, age 4, 5, 6, and continues till age 14, 15. What does a child start thinking about himself? If somebody tells you you are bad at this 3 times a day for the next 10 years, what will you start believing? You will start believing that somebody and declare yourself as, yes, I am good for nothing. And that's exactly what happens with when they reach teenage. They realize, oh yes, all my teachers and parents have been only telling this to me. I'm useless and I'm good for nothing. In fact, they are usually, their IQ is usually average and above average, as I said in the beginning. They are very gifted, they're very intelligent, they think out of the box. I had some amazing kids who had failed in school miserably, but did well did so well later that today they are known for their work. Children with attention deficit hyperactive disorder, ADHD, might also have challenges in reading, writing, might also be LD, but it's not necessary that they will have. Children with dyslexic are almost 5 times as much brain area as other children while doing a simple task. That means their brain works 5 times more than yours and mine, or children of their age. And that's exactly why they get tired after reading a paragraph or doing 2-3 sums. They're like, I'm tired, I don't want to do it. And what we think he's lazy. Why I keep saying this? Because that's exactly what I used to think about these children before I understood what they are. Children, learning disabilities are not the same as autism, hearing, visual impairment, physical disability, or emotional disorder. If you remember in the beginning of the slide, I showed you there are 21 disabilities, and all those can be seen. They are visible. A child with hearing impairment or visual impairment, all of them will get empathy and sympathy. Yes or no? But does our LD child get it? Never. Why? Because everything else is normal about you. It's only padai that you do not want to do. It's all excuses. So he will never get empathy, sympathy. and he will keep on struggling. And there are so many, 10 to 15% of children in our classrooms today have this problem. They are not caused, I just shared why, what, how it happens. So they aren't caused by lack of educational opportunities. If somebody says a child has been in slum, never got an opportunity to go to school and study, so he's LD. No, he didn't get an opportunity. The minute you get an opportunity, they all start doing well. If they don't know to read and write, that does not mean they are LD. But after all the opportunities, also if the child is not able to do, then we have to think why. A learning disability is not a disease, so there is no cure. So what is it? It can be overcome. Like me and my team could help more than 300 children overcome it and lead a normal life. No, those kids are like me. I'm sure many special educators, psychologists, or teachers would have done it in India. But you know what? The amount of work done in LD is minuscule in our country. Minuscule, so less, and that's because there is lack of awareness even now and lack of acceptance. If a teacher wants to tell a parent that, look, there is a problem with child, I've tried all this, it's not working with him, kindly go and have a checkup with the psychologist, the first reaction of a parent is, no, my child is normal. I've been with parents for the last 12 years plus, in fact last 30 years, but majorly with learning disabled children's parents for almost 15 years. And this is the first reaction. So if there's no acceptance, how do you help somebody? That's a big challenge in our country. Because many people with dyslexia are right-brained. And that's why they're artists, creative people. They're poets, they're actors, they're inventors like Einstein, Thomas Alva Edison, Pablo Picasso. We can name the top guys. And today, America feels proud because 60% of entrepreneurs in America today, rich entrepreneurs, are all dyslexic. They announce it in their newspaper. If you Google it, you will get to know. Top guys are dyslexic. Why? Because they thought out of the box and did things. They still struggle. Richard Branson talks about it very openly now. Walt Disney, all these guys had gone through this. So dyslexia does not mean that the person sees words backwards. We'll talk more about that when we talk about dyslexia. So what happens to these children? They are highly affected emotionally. Highly. Why? Because what we give them is only talking about what they can't do and not about what all they are good at. So what will happen to them over a period of time? Low self-esteem, depression, emotional disorder, unhappy life. If you're an unhappy child, how do you think you are when you are an adult? What's an adult? Adult is a reflection of your childhood. Our adulthood is a reflection of our childhood. And that is why I'm sure all the preschool teachers here will agree that early years and schooling supposed to be the happiest time for children, unburdened with reading, writing problems. But is it so in India today? Not at all. I don't know why writing is there in age 3, 4, and 5. Do you know? Well, when I talk about writing, I'll mention there. So when I was doing my research in the year 2007, I went to 25 B.Ed colleges to find out if learning disability is even taught in our B.Ed colleges. Well, it is taught, but it is just brushed. So easily brushed that it's not a topic which is important in the B.Ed curriculum. There is more about Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy and Rabindranath Tagore's philosophy. I don't know what all philosophies are there, but this is not there. And when I did a survey, my answer was the result I got was 0. Trainee teacher, that's my MPhil survey. Trainee teachers of B.Ed colleges are not aware of this problem. So if teachers who are getting trained are not aware of this problem, who on this earth will be aware of this problem? I don't expect the parent to know anything at all. Do you all feel that? special educators. We say we are special educators in school. Well, how many special educators are there who specialize in learning disability? And how many special educators does India have? Special education again has to do with specializing in any one disability. I'm sure all the special educators who are there in this session today will agree with me. You are either an autism expert or a hearing impaired expert or a physically challenged expert or some other expert. But when you join as a teacher in a school, you are given all the children. Is it justice? Can you really handle? And what is the ratio of these children? A recent article I read in Chandigarh. One teacher is supposed to handle 572 special needs children. Where is it special? One teacher who must be specializing in one subject, one area, physically challenged maybe, or visually impaired maybe, is supposed to be looking after all the disabilities. How is it humanly possible? It's like asking one doctor to give medicine for all the problems, specialized problems. एक ही डॉक्टर फॉर हार्ट, ब्रेन, लंग्स, ब्ला 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 ब्ला। कितना गलत है ना? So what happens when it is not addressed? These children, when they grow older, they choose to negative path. So when I was doing my research, one of the psychologists told me, Bala, why don't you go to some juvenile homes and all these places and find out why do children land there? And that excited me. So I went to my city's juvenile home to extend my research. And what I got the report, this was way back, was 92% of children there who reached juvenile homes. I'm sure all of you know what juvenile home, a place where children land when they do crime before age 18. So most of them who were there were learning disabled. So why did learning disabled children take up to crime? Not intentionally, environmentally. That is, they were dejected by schools, they were dejected by parents, by friends, by peers, because तेरे से तो कुछ नहीं होगा, तू बेकार है. So he thought, कुछ करने के लिए मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? मैं कुछ गलत करूंगा तो मैं पहचान में आऊंगा, मैं नजर में आऊंगा. So let me pick up that. So is any child born criminal? Not at all. So as many as 35% of students in high schools have school dropouts. So I have another, in fact, my center was for school dropouts, and I still run a center in Gandhinagar for school dropouts where more than 40 kids from slum areas study. They're all school dropouts of government schools. They all did their 10th and 12th to open schooling. I'm just touching a very, very small number in our country. We have a lot of them to be helped. So finally, teenagers with dyslexia attempt to commit suicide. This is very common, and I have personally met more than 25 children who told me stories about how they wanted to give up life just because they could not read the way children in their classrooms could read, or the children in their classroom would make fun of them because when they stood up and tried to read something, they couldn't. What a reason to commit suicide. Fortunately, there is a lot of technological support today that can be given to children through which they can learn much better. Whether it is calculator, whether it is speech to text, using computers instead of writing. I did a lot. I used to ask children, don't write. You type and give me the answer. I want to know whether you know the answer. Because knowing the answer and writing the answer are two different aspects. Many a times I have heard parents saying, ma'am, ये orally सब कुछ बोल देगा पर लिखेगा नहीं. I'm okay. Orally बोलने का मतलब है उसको comprehension है, cognition है, उसको सब समझ आ रहा है. उसका problem writing से है. So let's deal that writing separately. So what are the other assistive tools that schools can provide? In fact, now the CBSE and all the boards have special provisions for such children, which we'll talk another day maybe. So like you can give calculator. You can give your lectures recorded to the children. We have done this a lot. I used to ask teachers to record all question answers and give it to the child so that they can listen to it over and over again and learn it better. Okay. I still have 5 minutes to complete, but I'm open to questions because I know there are many questions that come during such discussions. There is a question form. There's a form that has been shared. I hope all of you have shared your question in that. Oops. You're welcome to ask me questions till I go through that sheet. May I request Mahima to kindly read out the questions for me, please?
Yeah, I'll just read out the question.
Why are you all so serious? Smile. कुछ ज़्यादा हो गया? Can you read out, Mahima?
Yeah, so the first question is asked by Netra Nayak. What if the child of 6 years old knows sounds, letters, even diagrams, reads words when it comes to reading stories, throws tantrum, directly said, I don't want to read when he tries? 1 second. Directly says, I don't want to read, and when tries, reading rate is very low. So what to do in that case?
Okay, so before I give the answer, I would request all of you to continue to be in the session till 6:30. I conduct many sessions. I've attended many sessions, and I have seen a very common behavior among participants that acha 1 घंटा हो गया, अभी हम जाएंगे. But let me tell you, you will be at great loss because it is the questions that take you to another level. बाकी theory तो आपको सब जगह मिल जाएगी. But your question and answer is the most exciting part of any session. So it will be great if you can, because one answer to one person can be answers to many. Yeah. So this child is 6-year-old, Mahima.
Yes.
And he has sound, reading, writing, all the problems. No problem.
What if the child of 6 years old knows sounds, letters, diagrams, reads words, but when it comes to reading stories, throws tantrums and says, I don't want to read, and the reading rate is very low? So what to do in that case?
Yeah, so this problem is reading comprehension, not reading. There's a difference between reading and reading comprehension. So reading is just reading out words without even having comprehension. So kindly use, first of all, kindly read out a lot to the child. Netra, can I see you? Can you come on the camera, please? Or are you already there? Netra, can you please wave? I would love to see you and talk to you. And so would we for everybody. I still can't see. Mahima, can you see Netra? So, the child's problem is reading comprehension. Yeah, thank you, Netra. Is reading comprehension, which means first I would want that any parent or teacher do a lot of read aloud for children. What is read aloud? Reading out stories to children because their vocabulary has to rise. Any language vocabulary is risen only by one method, and that is listening. We learn language by listening initially. So the children learn a couple of thousands of words by the time they are in age 3, age 4, age 5. What if this vocabulary is not exposed to children? They won't know it. And that's why our Indian kids take time to pick up English maybe, because they don't listen to English, and it's okay. We are not an English country that we must know English from our birth. But from the time at least they are in school, from pre-primary onwards, can they listen to 6 hours of English? But does that happen in our country? A pre-primary is say for 3 hours. Do all our teachers speak English for 3 hours? No, which means they don't get that vocabulary. We'll be half the time between the Hindi or the local language or whatever, a mixture of all this, which means they are getting so much less of that vocabulary. So as a parent teacher, I always say the more you give listening vocabulary to the child, the more his listening comprehension improves. And then his reading comprehension will automatically improve. Another strategy I would say is always do visuals for such children. The more you draw, the more you show pictures, the more you show videos, images, their comprehension goes better and they switch over to reading gradually. But do pair reading. I had done a workshop on reading comprehension with one of the organizations where I've shared 50 to 20 strategies. So you can do pair reading, that you read a part and the child reads a part with you. And they love that. So you don't even have to stop and start. You can keep overlapping each other. Kids love that, reading in pair. Yeah, Netra? Thank you for your question.
Next question.
Yeah, Mahima, next question.
Yeah, so this question is by Pratibha. When is the right time for a child to start writing?
My answer is never. My actual answer is never. But yes, I would say age 6. I don't believe in making kids write before that. What is the aim? Do you know how much children hate writing by the time they come to class 2, 3? Because we started at 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, the parent is in so much anxiety to start writing. It's not required, no? See, you can start writing, you can start to learn writing within 15 days, but at the right age. इतना लंबा नहीं लगता है writing सीखने के लिए. वो बहुत पहले start करते हैं before they are not ready. That is why it happens. So if you start at...
Sound.
Hello?
Very less sound.
Am I not audible to everybody? Can you just show if I'm audible?
Yes.
Okay, sir, there is... Kindly check at your end, please. All right, can I have the next question?
Not hearing you.
The next question is by Pritika Gonsalves. What if parents, after telling them that their kids having LD, they still don't accept what can be done?
Okay, are you a teacher or a parent, ma'am?
Madam, it is not audible.
Ma'am, I'm a counselor.
Okay. One sec, doctor. Dr. Pratika, one sec. Sir, can you switch off and switch on again and check from your end? Because I think everybody else can hear. Can all of you hear?
I will leave and come back.
Yes,
Maybe yes, sir. Maybe yes. Sometimes technological LD happens. Okay. So, ma'am, you're a counselor in a school?
Yeah, I was working in a school for 5 years, and
Okay.
I have dealt with many LD kids and ADHD kids. So, as you said, maximum of the parents said, "Mera bachcha pagal nahi hai."
Exactly. So, what I did, I will tell you. My intention is to help. Label हो या नहीं label हो, उसको LD बोलूं, dyslexia बोलूं, उससे मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. मुझे क्या problem, मुझे क्या करना है? The child has trouble in reading. So as a teacher, what do? I help him to read with different strategies. अब उसमें label करूं या नहीं करूं, उससे क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? It's like a mother feeding her child. He doesn't like to eat roti. Many of you are mother. In fact, most of you would be mother here. What do? What do we do when we want our child to eat roti? You can type.
You make different variety.
Sorry?
Rolls. You make a different variety. Rolls.
Absolutely. You will change the form, but you will still ensure your kids have vegetables. You, as a mother, you will never give up, will you? That's it. So why do we give up as a teacher? So just change the method and still make an effort to help the child. So as a counselor, your question is, parents are not ready to accept. I completely agree. So I tell the parent, but I want to teach your child in a different way and I want to help your child. Can you allow me to do that? Will any parent say no? Not at all. This is all I followed. Is I want to help your child. That's it. This is my mission. Will you allow me to help? Which means I might need extra worksheets, which means I might need extra time with him, which means I might give you some task at home which you have to do, which means so many things. So I'm ready to do all that, but will you help me and allow me to do this? And they would say yes. And once they see progress, they'll come back and tell you, ma'am, there is better. But then I will tell them, now you please listen to me what I'm trying to tell you, that there is an issue. Today he's little boy, we are able to help, but as he grows, he might have bigger problems. So we need to diagnose and help him in a better way and give him specialists to help him. And this is what I did, and it worked like magic with all parents. I take one step forward. I mean, there is no reason why a parent will not help me. Right? Anisha Jacob, I mean, sorry, can you hear? Are you, am I audible? Can you please mute your your lovely discussion? You have a question.
We have a question. Can you explain little more about speech synthesizer?
Speech to text, change, sir. You can record and the child can listen to you many times, listen to the sound. And there are lots of such tech, not only this, if you just Google, you will find many such tools which can help our children to listen and read and write better. They're all tools. They're all simple tools. Yeah. Can I have the next
very good,
question,
very good evening. Very good evening, ma'am. This is Reshma here.
Reshma, can you come on the camera, please? Mahima, how many questions do we have in the question form?
We have 15 questions.
Okay, so we need to address that too. So after Reshma, I'll go back to the questions. Yeah, Reshma, you can ask.
Ma'am, my child is 7 years old and he is having a little problem of repetition. He's suffering from ADHD. Repetition, like repetition. He repeats the thing a lot. जैसे खाना खाना है, तो whole day the person will come to my house, so he repeats कि अभी मैंने खाना खाया. He repeats and he's suffering from LD, ADHD we can say as.
Have you got him diagnosed, Reshma?
Yeah, I took him to many hospitals or everything. So they said कि his speech is slow. Actually, speech का problem है. सबने ये mention किया doctors ने. हमने नानावटी और बहुत से hospitals में लेके गए थे उसको. So
नहीं. Have you got him diagnosed? Do you have a report saying that the child has this? ऐसा आपके पास कोई report है कि आपके बच्चे को ये है? आपकी mute हो गया है.
भी कहाँ लेकर गए ना, वो डायग्नोस में ये बोला है कि स्पीच प्रॉब्लम है, स्पीच स्लो, मतलब स्पीच का प्रॉब्लम है, स्पीच डिले है. They have not said he's ADHD or ADD, but they have said his problem है because of the speech delay. He's suffering from others problem.
Your voice is really, it's not audible. Can you please type the question in the form so that Mahima can read it out to us? Mahima, can we go to the next?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Reshma.
The next question is by Shruti Avsarala. How to inculcate interest in reading?
Start with visuals always, and start with books which are having lots of visuals. Okay, so what I do is I'll select books which is available free. Anything that I suggest will be what I practice and which is very easily available. You get these free books, downloadable books in Google, plenty. So kindly choose books which has one-liners, full photograph, but story starts in 1 word, 2 word, 3 word, or 1 line. So what happens here when children make attempts to read, this is for everybody, in fact, not only for LD, all kids who have to start with reading, they love reading with small quantity, but more pictures. So they find success in reading. Oh, मेरा एक पेज हो गया, वो एक पेज में एक ही लाइन था. But at that age, the child feels, oh, मेरा एक पेज हो गया. Then like that, first book they will finish, which will hardly have 7 to 10 sentences, but they feel they have finished a book. This book will be like 10 page, 12 page, 15 page. So there are these amazing books of CBT. CBT के बहुत अच्छे books हैं, Read India के बहुत अच्छे books हैं. They'll have big, nice concepts with small little sentences and stories below, and these words will be repetitive. Okay, every page there'll be some words which will be repetitive. What happens when we have repetitive words? The confidence in reading of the child will be high because they're going to see the same word again in the next page. Reading interests develop, success given, and new books keep coming. So my also question is, do parents have the habit of reading? If parents don't have, don't expect children to develop. Parent must have a book always. They must see that excitement of reading in the parent again. That's where it helps. Thank you. Mahima, next question.
Yes. The next question is by Neha Nunya. What is difference between learning disabilities and specific learning disabilities?
Not much. It's called now as specific learning disability. Can we go to the next question?
Yes. Next question is by Khushbu Porwal. Can you explain more about the brain functioning of a child? Also, can you elaborate more about assessment? Is there any format?
As I said, Khushbu, Khushbu, can you come on the mic, please? You are
Yes. Yeah. I'm a teacher trainer. I am into reading. I'm a reading specialist and I'm based in Singapore.
Oh, fantastic. So we have participants from Singapore too. Yeah. So can you specify the question, please?
So you have explained that the brain part, like how what areas of the brain are responsible for reading, for sound, for comprehension. So I just wanted to understand about the brain of a child who has learning disability, first thing. Secondly, you have explained about assessment and you have given us good cues also that you can check on this area. Is there any particular format, like if a child comes to us and we don't know whether the child has dyslexia or dysgraphia and we are just a reading specialist, not a psychiatrist or psychologist, then in that case, is there any format which we have to follow? Or like
Okay.
how we will start with the assessment?
So hospitals like NIMHANS and a few more hospitals in India have created tools and tests which even teachers can use. Okay. And as I keep repeating, the tests are supposed to be done by the psychologist. I give absolute due respect to that fact. But because the number of children are so huge and there are basic level tests that can be done by teachers, like we have GLAD, we have DTLD. If you Google it, you'll get it. They are tests created by Dr. Darvishta Mehta from SNDT College, SNDT University. She was the head of the department. So these are the tests which can be used by teachers. So there is a format you need to follow, which says show this picture, then do this. Then after some time, keep it, this much time it takes. Then there are tests like they'll reverse the alphabets and show there are words, there are pictures, there are images, so many things, the reading comprehension. So if you follow that, you'll be able to assess the child much better. That's a tool, testing tool.
So you are saying BTLD and we can get it from the Google. I mean, we can check it on this.
You can
right?
purchase it, yes. DTLD and GLAD are actually for teachers.
Oh, that's great. And what about the first part? Like more curious to know about how's the brain functioning in the children who has LD.
So I have a section there when I'm doing reading. I have a part there where I'm talking about brain. That's tomorrow.
Oh, sure. I'll wait for that part.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. Thank you for answering. Yeah.
Can we have, Mahima, can we have the next question?
The next question is by Akansha Saxena. How to enhance memory?
Very general question. No age reference, nothing. Can you give the age reference, Akanksha?
Yeah, hello, ma'am. See,
Hi.
when I asked this question, I had specifically the primary thoughts in mind, because they get to the character level, they get to the recognition of the letters, but soon enough they tend to just forget completely. You know, the more you introduce, the more they start forgetting the earlier ones. So they're not able to recognize and sustain for long till the time we go on to two akshar and we go on to 3-letter words and 4-letter words, and by the time we move on to the the other phonic sounds and the other blends, so it gets all a messed up position and they revert back to the letter stage. So it's we have to do a lot of drill as well along with, to get them attuned and create such a a remedial part wherein we have to sustain their recognition part, not leave it, but they tend to forget. So I really needed to know what can be done to sustain that recognition or that memory part.
Okay. You know about short-term memory and long-term memory?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Very good. All of us know about this. So if the data has not shifted to long-term memory, they'll forget. So the question is, how do you shift the data to long-term memory? Now, you have asked too many questions together, but I'll answer the first one, alphabet forgetting. Okay.
Yes.
Are you a teacher or a parent?
I'm a teacher.
You're a teacher. So the more these kids see, if this kid is LD, and we are totally talking about LD because you have many children with many
We've
problems.
done the screening. Yes, we've done the screening and the child has LD.
Yeah. So they learn best by visual methods. The more they see, like the other day I told a parent, whatever alphabet he's confused with, stick it around in your house everywhere. Let the child keep seeing that alphabet over and over and over again. Secondly, they also learn best by sensory motor methods, using clay, using sand, using foam, using water, using air. Any of these mediums used, they learn, it gets permanent to their head. So that's why I have a platform, online platform, where I have made courses on solutions for dyslexia, dysgraphia, like this, where teachers join this program of mine and be with me forever for the lifetime. So they get lots of such tips and techniques, which you can't manage in a small sessions like this. So try all the other, try visual, try tactile, try touch, try, writing on the hand. That works very well with these kids. Yeah.
Yes. Great, ma'am. Thank you so much. Lovely, ma'am.
Thank you. Mahima, can I have the next question?
The next question is by Nilima Gadgil. If child says, no, I can't cope up with speed and forget the words which I hear.
The child says, I can't cope up with.
If the child says, no, I can't cope up with speed and forgets the words which I hear.
The child can't cope up with speed.
Yes.
Okay.
And forgets the words that the child hears.
Child's self-esteem needs to be risen. Somewhere the self-esteem is lacking, confidence is lacking, weak in thinking that I can't do it. The minute the child says I can't do it, it's like declared, I'm not confident. So once you push the child's self-esteem and give him success, see, the beauty with LD is the more success you give, the faster is their progress. Now, how do you give success? You have to find ways to give success by giving them opportunity to get success. For example, a child of class 3 struggling to read a class 3 book, I would give him a junior KG book to read. What will happen here? He doesn't know it's a junior KG book, only I know. So what will happen? Oh, he'll feel like champion. Suddenly from junior KG, I'll push the senior KG into his life. So pushing, encouraging, providing success, motivating, they really do well. I had a boy in class 9 who used to read like grade 1. He studied, in fact, many children who come to our centers like ours are kids who come after 9th, because till then nobody wants to identify them. One. Number two, parents, as we have been repeating, parents don't want to accept, and schools also do not identify. Because school does not identify, they are pushed from one level to other because of promotion. And in class 9, the school will tell, अभी हम उसको नहीं रख सकते, हमारा स्कूल का रिजल्ट खराब हो जाएगा. So what will happen? The parent has to find another option. And when this boy came to us, and many children like that, his reading level was class 1. अब आप किस क्लास में उसको बिठाओगे, 9th में या 1st में? You can't do justice if you put him in class 1, and he can't do class 9. So what would I do? Is work on his class 9 curriculum as a concept, because their IQ is normal, but work on his reading level, at reading strategies at a different way. You get it? So motivation helps like magic with these things. Thank you.
The next question is by Sonal. My son is in grade 8. He is very good in studies except maths. Still, he has a problem in tables as easy as table of 2. What should I do?
He has a problem in maths.
Yes.
Can you please repeat the question? I missed the
This question is asked by Sonal. My son is in grade 8. He is very good in studies except maths. Still, he has problem in tables as easy as table of 2. What should I do?
Okay. So have you got, Sonal, have you got your child tested?
No, ma'am.
No?
No.
Please do. Please get him tested, because probably that will help you to identify what his problem is, because he's already in class 8. If you get the right diagnosis, the right support can begin. Otherwise, you'll be doing trial error. He's already lost 8 years, if I can see in class. He's in class 8 and struggling in maths. So we're already doing trial error. Why we ask for diagnosis? We'll give him the right strategy. पेट दर्द है, हार्ट पेन है, पाँव में दुख रहा है, सर पे दुख रहा है, सही दवा देना पड़ेगा ना. तो इसका डायग्नोसिस नहीं होगा तो we'll be only doing repeat, it won't work. Tables can be taught to anybody at any age, but there is a method to teach. There are different methods to teach different children, and music is one of the best methods. Connecting tables to music, they learn like magic. Okay, can we have the next question? Thank you for that question.
The next question is by Ashruti Dwivedi. If a child is at the age of 15 or 16 but still have a 4-year mindset, then how can I help?
4-year mindset. Then have you got him assessed? Whose question is it?
Ashruti.
Ashruti,
Yes.
can you kindly come on the camera?
Yes, ma'am.
So have you got him assessed?
No, ma'am. Actually, he's not my.
Who
He's
is
my
that?
student.
Okay.
I told her mother to do, but she's not understanding. She's saying, no, I will not.
So if you tell him you want to help him so that
Yes.
he improves, and take
Yeah.
one step ahead and ask if you can go along with them for assessment, or give them that kind of motivation where they feel more confident, it will help. Because children with LD, no, they don't behave kiddish. They mature with age. Their IQ will be normal, no? But if this child is falling under mental retardation, then his treatment is totally different. And I am not an authority to talk on that.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Please make sure you get the assessment done.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
The next question is by Razia Sukumaran. Ma'am, will it be possible for a pre-primary teacher to identify disability of a student in the initial stage?
Learning disability? Yes, of course, very much. At least she can start helping the child in different ways. If the child cannot read in the normal way that is taught, and child is finding struggle, she can change the strategies and help the child. Because if you identify early when the child is at risk, the progress of the child is much faster compared to somebody coming at age 14. You definitely can identify. Can we have the next question? And thank you for that question.
The next question is by Suttappa Keshwani. I have a 4-year-old daughter, extremely intelligent in nature. However, I am surprised to see the pressure CBSE builds on students at this age itself. Can this be addressed per se? This may be a concern of so many. The writing pressure will build up. However, a parent or two, even collectively, cannot argue on this.
What is the question? But this, all of us sitting here know this, that the
Ma'am,
pressure
the
is
thing
built.
is that, good evening, first of all.
Good evening.
It's a delight, ma'am, attending your workshop. But
Thank you,
the
sir.
concern is, ma'am, that I'm dealing with a very, very bright child. Personally, I'm a special educator.
Okay.
And I've worked in the IB, and now the first child was in the IB. Now the second child is in CBSE. So, the peer pressure when I see parents posting written work of 4-year-olds, my God, I'm amazed. And ma'am, there was a time when I was going through this anxiety, but then I reminded myself, Suttappa, this is not the age to write ABCD. Like your first child did not do that in IB. And I calm myself down. So, and the daughter that I'm referring to, she's, ma'am, exceptionally bright. I will not be surprised if she turns out to be a gifted child, because I can see the thought process is above average. So I just want to probably feel a little assured as a parent and as an educator, even going forward, that writing ka, ma'am, 4 years mein kuch aisa to nahi that we have to have these kids to write A to Z and write. Verbally, she's there, thoughts at another level, but writing she doesn't take to naturally. She tells me, Mama, I'm bored.
Tell
It's
me,
so boring.
how does it help learning so fast? मतलब क्या फायदा क्या होता है इतना जल्दी सिखाने के बाद? नोटबुक अच्छा लगता है चेक करने के लिए, यही होता है ना? Or what is the aim? Till date I didn't understand. When I was a principal, I did everything. It is much later I understood. इतनी जल्दी क्या है हमारे को schools में बच्चों को writing कराने के लिए? How many of our children in our country read books?
2, maybe, ma'am, 1 on a scale of 10.
तो क्या important है? Reading important है. हम reading पे जोर क्यों नहीं लगाते? हम पूरे टाइम बच्चों की रीडिंग एबिलिटी बढ़ाने के लिए, क्योंकि आज भी वी आर नॉट डूइंग राइटिंग. मोबाइल हो तो रीडिंग, लैपटॉप हो तो रीडिंग, कुछ भी रीडिंग ही कर रहे हैं. एंड इफ यू आर अ गुड रीडर, यू कैन लर्न एनीथिंग अंडर द सन. आप राइटर बन के क्या चमत्कार कर लेते हो? सो आई नो आप सीबीएसई को और सबको इतना यू कैन नॉट डू मच, बट आई थिंक इवन द न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी हैज ब्रॉट अ चेंज. If you go to the early pre-primary, I read this pre-primary section in the new education policy where they have cut down a lot on writing. Implementation kitna hua hai, we have yet to watch. That our pre-primary experts will tell, but it doesn't matter actually. It doesn't help that you need to write. You give a confidence in the parents saying even if she starts at 6, she won't take more than 15 days to learn to write. And actually they don't, because by then their motor, eye-hand coordination, fine motor skill, gross motor skill, everything's developed. So we don't work on that, but we start working on writing. That's the whole trouble.
Ma'am, and I've seen, given the time that I've given, if I've taught her for 5 minutes or 10 minutes written ka, with the amount of time invested and the grasping, मतलब मुझे लगता है अगर मैं एक सीबीएसई पेरेंट की तरह पढ़ाने लगूं तो मेरा बच्चा तो स्कॉलर बन गया होता अब तक तो पक्का.
Absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Suttappa, where are you working?
Ma'am, if I'll reveal the place, I may just get into trouble. It's on the form. But yes, right now in a CBSE school, but I have a prior experience of working in an IB school with Pathways, and I've worked abroad also. So currently, I've just joined this. I've got turned back to CBSE U-turn Mara, but I look forward to join the IB only for the simple reason, ma'am. There's so much of justice to the children.
So this statement about special educators, lack of special educators in India and load of special educators is very high. Is it true?
Ma'am, not in the school where I'm working. Honestly, it's very organized, thankfully. And I
No,
think.
I'm talking about India in general.
Oh, yes, ma'am. In the beginning of my career, I was this one special educator in primary and middle. And this I'm talking years back, donkey years back. But now I've worked in schools where it's much more organized. But ma'am, still, that's just, they're just very minute in number.
Very,
I know those
very,
one
very
or
minor.
two odd schools where we have a SEN department set up right from primary to senior school.
Yeah.
They're these odd schools.
India at large, very, very, very minor. So that's why my question is, then who will take the responsibility of LD? Who
We
should?
all have.
Every teacher has to. It's no more limited to special educator. Every teacher in India will have to take charge of this. And that's exactly why I'm on a mission to help 100,000 parents and teachers overcome this problem. Because if they take it in their charge, parents and teachers both, we can overcome this issue and help these brilliant children do well. A physically challenged child, a mentally challenged child, a hearing impaired child cannot do any harm. You agree? They only need help, but they can't harm anybody. But an LD child can become a terrorist. He can harm because he's intelligent. आप मुझे साइंटिस्ट बनने नहीं दोगे तो मैं बॉम्ब बना सकता हूँ. That's how they are. So do we want that? Do we want our country to have terrorists, or do we want our children to be scientists? Choice is lying in the teacher's hands. All right. Can we have the next question, Mahima? It's already 6:30.
Can we, there are 4 more questions. So
Yeah, we
go
will
ahead.
finish that. Yeah.
Okay. So next question is by Swati. Can a child have a mix of 2 types of LD, that's dysgraphia and dyscalculia?
Of course, a child can have 4 types also. It's miserable when you have all 4 of them. I know many children who have all 4 of them, so they can have both. But let me tell you, the early they diagnose, the early you help, the faster they progress. Thank you, Mahima. Next question, please.
Varshini Pai. The next question is, I am a preschool teacher. In our school, we teach them with a lot of activities, but some of the kids cannot recognize the letters and sounds. Can you please suggest how to help children recognize letters?
So this we are dealing in the day 2, where we are talking about reading issues. That time I'm giving solutions on this. We'll talk there. Thank you.
Next question is by Poonam Vishwakarma. I know a child who was suffering from ADHD and LD. He was not able to read and write properly. But due to COVID, he passed out 9th last year and passed HSC this year with 60%. Want to know what can we do for him now, since he is going to take admission in college now. He's going to suffer and have difficulty while learning.
He can still be taught. I'm presently dealing with a 28-year-old gentleman who's struggling to read. He finished his engineering, wants to write his IELTS and go abroad. Okay. Now he happened to meet me through some Facebook ad of mine, Facebook post of mine. He said, ma'am, can you help me at this age? And he's with me for the last 3 months. He has improved tremendously. He said, I wish I was taught all this when I was a young boy, a little boy. When he said he had problems, always his parents thought that ये बकवास कर रहा है, इसको काम नहीं करना, ये lazy है, useless है. You will ask me, उसने engineering कैसे कर ली? वही बोलता है कि मैं कैसे पास हो गया, कैसे यहाँ तक पहुँच गया, मुझे पता नहीं. But I have somehow managed to reach here. Also finished this. But what he is very good at is his mechanical. He's a mechanical guy. He says, आप मुझे दुनिया की कोई भी मशीन दे दो, मैं ठीक कर दूंगा. लेकिन आप मुझे मैनुअल पढ़ के करने के लिए बोलो तो मैं नहीं करूंगा. मैनुअल के लिए रीडिंग करना पड़ता है.
This is same with that guy, ma'am. He's really good in mechanical, in gadgets.
Yes,
he's very good in that.
They're very bright. So you can help him in reading even now. Start with the same system, basic systems of reading. He can improve.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you, Poonam, for that
Thank
question.
you.
It was very, very required because we start giving up on adults. I have a community of teachers, I have a community of parents, and I have a community of adults dyslexia. So they all met me in various platforms. They said nobody attends us. आप तो बच्चों के लिए काम करते हो, आप teachers को बोलते हो बच्चों के लिए काम करो, but हमारा क्या? So I've created a community for them where we spend every Sunday we spend a valuable time together on discussion on their problems, and I invite experts to help them out addressing their solutions.
Actually, ma'am, the parents are at denial stage. They say कि कुछ नहीं करेगा वो, कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा. I tried to do that. I am actually a special educator, specialized in intellectual disability. But I was like, they came to me. They said, Poonam, do something for him. I said, see, I am feeling very helpless since I don't have any information, any knowledge about LD. So how can I help him? But now, due to that, I came to this platform to learn something about learning disability so that I can just tell them
you
to
can
go
do it.
and
In case you need help, you get in touch with us. We'll support you.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Any more questions, Mahima?
Yeah, 3 last questions. Varshini Pai, I also take tuitions where 4th grade child cannot read simple words, but they can recognize the letters. How to help them?
They can't read simple words.
Yes, but they can recognize letters. This is for 4th grade child.
So the same policy of 2-letter, 3-letter concepts, visuals, kinesthetic, tactile, all the methods to be used. Thank you. Then we have the next question. Any more questions, Mahima?
Yeah, 2. Shalini Grover, what all provisions does CBSE provide for LD kids in middle and high school? As usually schools have fixed lesson plans in middle and high school, and teachers are sometimes pretty harsh on kids for not being able to cope. And this is, I am talking about being done by teachers from best of schools.
I agree. I don't deny, but I can, we are talking about the provisions on our, I think day two or day 3. So I'll be elaborately helping you all on provisions that time. CBSE has, in fact, not only CBSE, all boards have provisions for children.
Thank you.
Okay. The last question is by Surya Pragati. I am a B.Ed student. A parent asked me, when we have challenging student in a normal class, how do you cope up them with normal students?
She's a B.Ed student.
Yeah, she is a B.Ed student. A parent asked me, when we have a challenging student in a normal class, how do you cope them up with normal students?
Wonderful. That's what is now new education policy going to enforce. All kids studying in the same classroom. So who has to be trained for this? The teachers.
Teachers.
The teacher, ultimately. So if the B.Ed is not teaching this, please upgrade yourself by attending workshops like this and many more workshops available today. You know, one problem with our teachers in India is once we do B.Ed, we think we are some champions. Now we don't need to upgrade ourselves at all. This is the only profession in the world where, in India at least, I have seen where we won't upgrade. The doctors will upgrade, the psychologists will upgrade, even the chef will upgrade himself. All of them will go for these extra trainings and programs, spend a lot of money in upgrading, but we teachers will not. We think we are like done, hamara aa gaya. And that's why we also say, हमको तो इतना ही सैलरी मिलता है, हमको तो कोई सीरियसली लेता ही नहीं है, because हम खुद अपने आप को सीरियसली नहीं लेते. This is a message I want to give to all the teachers. If you are not serious about your own self, upgrading yourself every year after year, I've been teaching for last 30 years. I don't teach the same way I did it in the year 1990. It doesn't work. The audience is new. The challenges are new. So I have to upgrade. In the last 1 year, I've spent 1.5 lakh rupees only in upgrading myself. And hours to पूछो ही मत. क्यों? क्योंकि आने वाले टाइम के लिए will I be accepted or not is my question. We can't say कि 20 years ago मैं ऐसे पढ़ाती थी, I was a champion, तुम कैसे मेरे से नहीं सीखते हो? क्यों सीखेगा भाई? वो बच्चा अभी का है. The child is of 2021. You are talking about 1990. And that is why the teachers in my community, I always encourage them, whatever you earn, उसका 10% आप बाजू में निकाल के रखो. हमेशा. The message that I want to give to all of you. Don't count that 10% in your income and use that 10% for upgrading yourself. If you don't upgrade, you will not be wanted. After COVID, do you know the story? Most of the children don't want to go back to school. Most of the children still do not want to go back to school. They only want to go back to school to meet their friends, not to learn from teachers. Because they have learned कि हम टीचर के बगैर ऑनलाइन पढ़ सकते हैं, अभी हमको जरूरत नहीं है, यूट्यूब में सब कुछ है. The other day, one of the students I met, they said, "Ma'am, the school is starting. I'm very happy." I said, "Good." Within 3 days, she came back and said, "मुझे लगा कि स्कूल जाने में मजा आएगा, तो बिल्कुल मजा नहीं है. I think our online was better because we were able to do many more things with our classes." So, and the answer to this is always the teachers are not upgraded in our country. We have to push ourselves and come up with new methods, new strategies, and address the upcoming challenges. Kids don't come to school for us. Kids come to school for friends. Knowledge सब जगह है अभी. बहुत easily Google में knowledge available है. Especially kids above class 5. उसके नीचे तो फिर भी वो बच्चे हैं. They like. उसके above वाले तो chill है अभी. All right, the last question, Mahima. I think, are you done?
We are done. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We finished quite in time. Can I have some feedback from all of you, please, which gives me motivation to take this session forward in the next tomorrow?
Ma'am, my question was not answered.
I answered, Priyanka. What's your question, Priyanka?
1 minute, ma'am.
You forgot?
Ma'am, actually, I wrote it there.
Your question
Can you
wasn't
please check?
received.
I don't know, ma'am, why the problem.
Okay,
No issues.
Priyanka,
You
just
can
say
still
your
ask.
question.
You
Yes.
can ask here.
Just ask your question.
हाँ, वो मैम उसको मेरे स्टूडेंट को ये प्रॉब्लम होता है कि वो तुरंत बातें भूल जाती है. मतलब पढ़ाया हुआ तो बहुत बार पढ़ने और लिखने के बाद भूलती ही है. जैसे रात का अगर होमवर्क दिया है, रात में पढ़ेगी, लिखेगी, ठीक है, सुबह उठ के फिर से रिवीजन मारेगी, मेरे आने से पहले मेरे सामने भी मारेगी, फिर से वो लिखने के टाइम में सब भूल जाती है.
उसका मेथड चेंज करो सीखने का. मैंने अभी आपको बताया, अगर बच्चा रोटी नहीं खाता है माँ के हाथ से, नॉर्मल रोटी, तो माँ उसको कई नए रूप में डाल देती है, करती है ना. उसके अलग अलग शक्ल बदल देगी रोटी का, कभी रोल करेगी, कभी उसको पिज्जा का फॉर्म बना देगी, कभी उसके सब्जी रोल कर देगी, और लेकिन फिर भी माँ खिलाएगी, राइट. तो टीचिंग इज नो डिफरेंट. दिस इज माय लाइफ एक्सपीरियंस. चेंज द वे यू टीच, द चाइल्ड विल लर्न. मेथड यूज करो. हजारों मेथड है अल्फाबेट ए पढ़ाने का. देयर इज नॉट वन मेथड. उसको आप जैसे ही चेंज कर दोगे, उसको मजा आएगा. जैसे ही मजा आएगा, हिज लर्निंग, हिज मेमोरी विल डेफिनेटली बी बेटर. And all these kids need visual learning. देख के पढ़ना, करके पढ़ना. तो ये पता करो आपकी वो देख के पढ़ने वाली बच्ची है या करके पढ़ने वाली बच्ची. करके मीन्स डू, एक्शन के साथ.
Okay? हाँ, कभी कभी उसको एक्शंस करा के, जैसे बच्चों को राइम्स पढ़ाते बचपन में, ट्यूटर नर्सरी की क्लासेस में, तो वैसे करके उसको पढ़ाने से उसको कभी कभी याद रह जाता है जल्दी.
चेंज करते रहो मेथड. मैं तो 12th को भी एक्शन से पढ़ाती थी. 12th को, because वो बैठे बैठे बोर होते थे, ऐसे से come on get up, all the chapters of all the topics of that particular chapter will go into action. Register हो जाता है यहाँ पे, मजेदार. Change your methods. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Ma'am, one question I just write in the chat box, but it is not shown. It's okay, fine. Ma'am, the child is repeating a lot whole day. Like he saw me, then he will say hi, मैं गिर गया था, मेरा मोबाइल पड़ गया था, ये हो गया था. Means whatever happened before when I come, so he is repeating the thing which has happened before I came. So he repeat the words, sentences a lot.
आप टीचर हो उसके?
Yes, ma'am.
उसका घर का एनवायरनमेंट कैसा है? बच्चे को बोलने के लिए मिलता है?
Yes, ma'am. Mother used to talk.
No. Mother talks, no child has to talk. Mother has to listen. बच्चे को बोलने को मिलता है क्या?
हाँ, मतलब वो इतना नहीं बोलता है. अब घर में पेरेंट्स वगैरह वो बोलते हैं, and he like sitting at one place and talking, like you know, विंडो में जाके वो बोलता ही रहता है कि ऐसा हो गया था, वो नहीं करना है.
मेरा क्वेश्चन रेशमा, क्या बच्चे को घर में बोलने के लिए मिलता है?
मैम, यस. वो रिपीट बहुत करता है ना, तो पेरेंट्स लाइक के रिपीट मत करो, बात करना है तो बात करो, बट रिपीट मत
उसको नहीं पता है कि वो रिपीट कर रहा है?
उसको नहीं पता होगा मैम, ही इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम ADHD।
नहीं, आप आई थिंक यू मस्ट गेट इट डायग्नोज। ADHD होगा बट वो परमानेंटली ऐसा नहीं रहेगा। डोंट वरी, यू गिव हिम न्यू वोकैबुलरी।
स्पीच डिले है।
स्पीच डिले
और
पॉसिबल,
स्पीच डिले है ना, तो मैम
सो स्पीच डिले
हाँ,
है,
तो कम्युनिकेशन बहुत पुअर है मैम।
या सो गिव हिम मोर वोकैबुलरी। उससे
Okay.
और बुलवा और
So,
नए
मम्मी
वर्ड
को
दो आप
उसको-
उसको।
अच्छा, हम लोग देना ये वर्ड्स, तो घर में पेरेंट्स को बोलने का कि उससे बात करने दो, उसको बोलने दो, और उसमें हम वर्ड्स ऐड कर सकते हैं।
यस, ऐसे बोलते हैं ना हम लोग, ये लेगा क्या, ये लेगा क्या बोलते हैं, उसको बोलो पर्स लेगा क्या। वोकैबुलरी ऐड करना है बच्चे के लाइफ में। दरवाजा खोलो, सो यू यूज एज मच वोकैबुलरी एज यू कैन, तो बच्चा वो रिपीट कर करके वो नया वोकैबुलरी भी लेगा। करेक्ट। हमने देखा है कि जब बच्चे बोलते नहीं है ना, माँ बाप भी बोलते नहीं, वो लोग भी एक्शन करने लग जाते हैं। वाई? हमको कंटिन्यूसली बोलना है, क्योंकि बच्चा बोलना सीखता है सुनने से। अगर माँ बाप और टीचर बोलेंगे नहीं तो सुनेगा कहाँ से, वोकैबुलरी कहाँ से आएगा? प्लीज डू दैट। ओके,
वेरी ट्रू मैम, थैंक्स अ टन मैम,
थैंक
इट
यू,
विल हेल्प अ लॉट।
thank you Varshini, Poonam, thank you for all your comments. Neha Desai, Priyadarshini, anybody wants to come on the mic and say something? Thank you very much. Lubna, you've been a patient wonderful participants. कोई बीच में बोला नहीं, कोई इंटरप्ट बोली, इतने गुड बच्चे लोग हैं आप लोग सब। यस नेहल।
Thank you, madam. Bye.
थैंक यू अनीशा जेकब। स्नेहल।
Excuse me, ma'am.
यस स्नेहल बोलिए ना।
I posted my question in a chat box that it is regarding to my daughter. She's 7-year-old and right now online schooling is there. So whatever the
आप चले गए।
she writes that words. Her
I missed in between. It's okay. Keep your camera off. Maybe you have a net issue. You can keep your camera off, but your audio should be clear.
Am I audible now?
Yes. Please ask your question.
Yeah. So every time if I dictate her to write letter B, suppose for example, she asks every time, this is the B, I have to write like this. And she repeats for each letters, means she knows every letter, but her confidence level is low. Always she asks me, I have to write B like this. Even in numbers also, she knows the numbers, but every time she asks, 7 means like this I have to write, 8 means like this I have to write. So every time I told her that you are right and you should means without asking you should try to write the letters and numbers, but every time she asks to me.
What is the age of the child, Snehal?
7 years.
7?
7.
7 years. And does she have confusion between B and D?
Sometimes. Not every time, but sometimes she might get confused between
6
B
and
D.
9?
Sorry?
6 and 9?
Yeah.
M and W?
Yes.
P and Q?
No. P. Sometimes if I told her to write D, she writes P.
Okay.
But not every time. Sometimes she get confused.
Use clay. उसको writing बंद कर दो आप.
Okay.
Writing बंद करके switch over to nice clay, good quality clay. Clay नहीं है तो आटा use करो. सारे letters उसको हाथ से बनाने दो.
Okay.
Writing not required for some time. Unless the school demands करते रहो, but at home you can do this. उसको B बनाने दो, C खुद ही करने दो. And ask her, don't give her any affirmation. अभी आप for example, हम ना पहले से ये गलती करते हैं और फिर हम कंप्लेन करते हैं. गलती क्या करते हैं? जब बच्चा लिखना सीख रहा है या पढ़ना सीख रहा है ना, तब हम उसको अफर्मेशन देते रहते हैं, मतलब अप्रूवल देते हैं कि वो सही है या गलत है. वो इतना ज्यादा देते हैं कि वो हमारे पे डिपेंडेंट हो जाए. उनका सेल्फ एनालिसिस हम ही उनका खराब करते हैं, राइट? और फिर हम बोलते हैं बार बार मेरे को क्यों देखते हो, क्योंकि हमारी फेस में हम वो एक्सप्रेशन रखते हैं। जैसे ही वो गलत बोल रहा हम ऐसा करेंगे, जैसे सही बोल रहा है हम ऐसा करेंगे, तो वो बच्चे को इतनी आदत हो जाती है कि ये इसका एक्सप्रेशन देख के वो डिसाइड कर रहा है, ना कि वो इसलिए डिसाइड कर रहा है कि उसको आ गया। तो उससे उसको सामने आप ऐसे बी लिखकर स्टिकर पे लगाइए और उसको बोलिए वो बी बनाए, ठीक है? और खुद बोलिए उस स्टिकर को, देखो मैचिंग हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है तो ठीक है, नहीं हो रहा है तो भी ठीक है। लीव द डिसीजन टू द चाइल्ड, गेट इट? डोंट बिकम अ डिसीजन मेकर फॉर द चाइल्ड। चाइल्ड लूजेस कॉन्फिडेंस तभी वो बाहर जाके, जब उनको अप्रूवल नहीं मिलता है तो बोलते मेरे को बाहर नहीं जाना है, मेरे को वहाँ मदर या कोई नोन का अप्रूवल नहीं मिल रहा है, फेस अप्रूवल। इसलिए आई ऑलवेज ट्रेन माई टीचर्स। आई हैव अ प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर रेमेडियल एजुकेटर्स, आई एम क्रिएटिंग रेमेडियल एजुकेटर्स फॉर दिस कंट्री. So I always educate them there that don't have any expression when children are taught to read and write. Just be calm. Positive भी नहीं और negative भी नहीं. Just calm. क्योंकि ये एनालिसिस उनको खुद को करना है कि ये BA, DA, CA, PA, WA. Got it?
सारे सही दिखाती है, मीन्स अगर मैं उसको बोलूं राइट एम, तो अगर आज ही सुबह का
मत, हाँ, बोलना बंद कर दो सबसे पहले, क्योंकि बोलना इज ऑडिटरी लर्निंग, देख के सीखना इज विजुअल लर्निंग। ये सब अलग, ये खोपड़ी का अलग अलग एरिया है ना, हमको सब एरिया को रेडी करना है। तो विजुअल लर्निंग में आपने ये चिपका दिया, उसके सामने रख दिया, बोलो ऐसा बनाओ, उसको ही पूछो जो तुमने बनाया सही है या नहीं, खत्म। आप बोलो ही मत कि एम लिखो, पी लिखो, डब्ल्यू लिखो ना, नो, डोंट टॉक। अपने आप वो खेलते खेलते सब कुछ सीख लेगी।
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, all right. Thank you so much to all the wonderful participants. See you all tomorrow at 5
Thank you so
o'clock.
much, ma'am.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Wonderful
Thank you
session.
so much.
Thanks a lot.
And,
Thank you so much, ma'am.
those who
Thank
have-
you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, there is a small announcement. Those who have not filled
Thank you,
the
ma'am.
Google form given in the group, kindly please fill it. And secondly, in your Zoom display name, please have your own name, because there were 2-3 people with some other names. So we need to always cross check that we have the exact people who have joined us.
Yes.
So it's a humble reminder for that. And thank you so much for joining today on time. Let's follow the same protocol and
Yes.
instruction for the next 4 days.
Start
Your
and close on
certificates
time.
and start and close on time. Your certificate and bonuses as promised will be given to you on Friday.
Thank you,
so
Mahima,
Yeah.
for hosting wonderfully. Thank you so much. Good day to all of you guys. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Tomorrow
Thank
for
you.
more
Bye,
exciting
ma'am.
things.
Bye, ma'am. Bye, bye, ma'am.
Bye bye.